Hello everybody, I'd like to welcome you back to the Blind Press YouTube and Twitch channels. First of all, I just want to say I deleted those 2 videos. I'm sure you guys know which videos I'm talking about because they just weren't painting the whole picture. And Pink Hollow and I have worked through everything, talked through everything. He's deleted his tweets about it. We've just none of that should have been out there. We're 18 years is too long to just throw everything away. I'm working on my mental health issues that are causing all of my bullshit behavior, and it's just that's what's going on. And we deleted all of our things that we had put out over the past couple of days because we feel that people didn't understand the full picture and it just didn't need to be out there. And so we were discussing the channel and, monetization and everything about that. And I've been going over YouTube's new monetization policies, which I do actually have the video for that pulled up. So after I'm done this intro, we will be talking about that video and watching it. But, hello, Spittle Buggies. I need to also go and make sure I'm on Twitch chat page. But there's a lot of changes to YouTube's monetization that basically renders my content unmonetizable the way that I'm doing it. And that means that if I wish to continue being a content creator, that I need to switch things up. So I will be uploading videos to YouTube, like regarding Canadian politics or like blindness related stuff. They'll be more like, they're not going to be fully scripted because I don't sound as natural when I do a full script, but they will be more like planned out in advance, and I'll have a topic for them. And then the live streams where I do my reactions and I do my commentary, and we do the variety stream where I react to things for like 90 minutes and then I switch to gaming for 90 minutes. That's gonna be on Twitch. And there will also be more gaming, like just dedicated gaming streams, because YouTube is flat out age restricting those. Even though they are claiming that gaming channels are monetizable, they are age restricting anything that's like Mortal Kombat. I'm not the only channel that had to, like Rips Arena, the tournament that out of Europe that I've tried to at least play in. They almost had to close the whole arena because they were just getting age restricted, left, right. They were a completely community crowdfunded based tournament, and they were having to close they were about to close the channel, and Rips was about to go get a full-time job, and basically the whole community was like, no, make a Patreon. And the only reason Rips Arena is still going on and uploading to YouTube and taking the age restrictions is because of the patrons, because they stream exclusively to Twitch, but they were uploading the videos to YouTube and they were getting monetizations, but not anymore. Life happens and stuff too. Hopefully it gets better, etc. Thank you, Spittle Buggies. We're doing pretty good today. So that's what I'm going to be doing with the channels. So I'll be uploading shorts to YouTube. I'll be uploading, like I said, more planned videos to YouTube and political videos to YouTube. And then we'll do all the reactions and comment, like the watching of videos and stuff on Twitch. Because I can get away with, more on Twitch. So that's how we're gonna do it. Yeah, they do have weird connection issues. I don't understand why. But yeah, it's gonna be this is gonna be our last multi-stream where I do reaction stuff. So first, we're gonna actually go over the YouTube monetization policy, which I have. Hold on. Advertiser-friendly content. Okay, so this is a 9-minute video. I hope the screen share works. Don't miss out on the TikTok live streaming experience. Nah. Alright, let's see. Does anybody see the video? Ugh. My muscles hurt. I hear footsteps.
I forgot to do something.
That means it's not shared.
Knew I forgot something. Oh shit.
So I was just explaining the new system to everybody, how this is going to be the last multi-stream. And how I'm going to be doing more planned videos and shorts on the YouTube channel and the political stuff. And then we'll be doing all of the reactions, the variety stream, and then like full out dedicated game streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, I heard.
Thank you. All right. No video. Okay, now there's video. So, this is what the new monetization policy is. And okay, good. The volume is up. Okay.
If you're in the YouTube Partner Program and want to make money through ads, your content needs to follow our advertiser-friendly content guidelines.
Okay.
Advertisers come to YouTube to connect with potential customers, and it's important to them that their ads only show against content that aligns with their brand.
Okay.
That's why we have advertiser-friendly content guidelines, to help ensure that YouTube remains a safe place for brands to reach their target audiences, which, in turn, helps creators earn more money.
Okay, but what if your target audiences are not children? Why, and you market so? Why would you age restrict it?
Let's walk through how advertiser-friendly content guidelines work, how you can check your monetization status, and what each status icon means, and a deep dive about the yellow icon status specifically. First, how advertiser-friendly content guidelines work on YouTube. When it comes to earning through ads with your channel, there are specific rules about what can run all ads, what can run limited ads, and what will not run any ads and should have monetization turned off. Advertiser-friendly content is appropriate for most audiences, and there may be sensitive topics that impact advertiser friendliness.
Of course, because, God forbid we talk about true real life without offending the advertisers.
Including things like inappropriate language, violence, adult content, and more.
Inappropriate language, violence, adult content, and more. Do you mean, like, when you say adult content, do you mean, like, specifically porn? Because, are they making the pizza? I'm hungry. Damn it. YouTube doesn't YouTube well. No, it really doesn't. Because that is such vague language.
Including things like inappropriate language, violence, adult content, and more.
What is the more? What is the more? And what is inappropriate language? And what is adult content? And why do you make us mark our channels not for kids if you don't allow... Like, if we mark our channels not made for children, we should be able to act like however we want as long as we're not doing illegal things. Right? As long as we're not doing illegal things and we're not, like, naked on the platform or, like, outright being sexual, like, you know what I'm talking about. May I please have some too? I'm hungry. So, this is ridiculous. How on earth are you supposed to know what inappropriate language is?
Each of these topics have ad guidance terms that indicate whether your content can earn regular ad revenue, may earn limited or no ad revenue, or will definitely not earn any ad revenue. So it's important to familiarize yourself with these policy details in our YouTube Help Center.
Oh, yes. And would you guys... I should show you one of these days what listening to a terms of service agreement sounds like with a screen reader. Try fucking reading an entire terms of... I know nobody is like... Try fucking reading that with a screen reader that talks like this. Even as robust as voiceover is, it's still bad. Oh yeah, they definitely have firearms. According to GunTube, you're not allowed to show the discharge of automatic weapons anymore, even if it's educational. Firearms, drugs, or combat games are considered R-rated. Fuck off. This is why GunTube is in an uproar. And it literally says combat games. Oh, fuck.
And remember that these guidelines apply to all of your content on YouTube.
This means Super's not going to get monetized anymore. He needs to know that. I hope he knows that. Because he's got a streaming challenge for himself where he streams once a week. And his whole fucking thing, his whole channel is Mortal Kombat games. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is not going to be good. And even, like, he puts the filters in and everything for the fatals and everything like that, but it's not going to be good.
Including your videos, shorts, live streams, titles, thumbnails, tags, and descriptions. Compliance with our ad-friendly content guidelines is evaluated during the upload process with a combination of automated systems and human review. It's important to note that context is very important. If there's an educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic value, that may change the video's suitability for advertisers. For example, artistic content like music videos may contain elements like inappropriate language, references to soft drug use, change the video's view. It's important to note that context is very important. If there's an educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic value, that may change the video's suitability for advertisers.
I doubt it.
For example, artistic content like music videos may contain elements like inappropriate language, references to soft drug use, or non-explicit sexual themes. But
yeah, soft drug use. Yes, because because most songs only speak about the soft drugs, you know, YouTube.
Still be suitable for advertising. Adding context helps us make the correct monetization decision.
They just basically confirmed it. They confirmed it. They're making this network friendly. They're making this fucking network friendly. They just used music videos as an example.
Keep in mind that videos without a title or metadata may not give enough context.
Okay. So I got you Matt's guideline video. With him doing really funny covering of it, and then Brandon with the M2 Browning.
Okay.
You know what an M2 Browning is, right?
Rifle?
Big doof.
It's a rifle, right?
No, it's a machine gun.
Okay.
You'll like it. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. I watched them drop barrels into water.
So yeah, this is bad for a lot of people.
Context to help our systems understand if the content is suitable for all advertisers. When you're monetizing, you'll also get access to self-certification, which becomes part of the upload flow if you have monetization turned on. At the ad suitability step, self-certification asks you to rate your videos against our advertiser-friendly content guidelines.
The attorney for California is saying they got restricted to no monetization on YouTube unless it's in short form with language changes. Holy shit, really? That's hilarious.
We then use your input to help decide the ad suitability of your videos. The goal of self-certification is to help reduce errors with our automatic reviews and help your videos get monetized more accurately from the start. Next, how can you check your monetization status, and what does each status icon mean? You can check your video's monetization status by going to YouTube Studio, then Content. In the monetization column, you'll find monetization icons. You can hover over the icons for more info about what each means.
And who wants to bet they won't be screen reader accessible? Anybody? Anybody?
Here's a quick breakdown. A green icon with on will show if monetization is turned on and your content meets our advertiser-friendly content guidelines. This icon means your video is eligible for most ads.
This voice is making me want to rip my hair out. So fucking condescending. Holy shit.
A clock icon with checking will show when our systems are checking for ad suitability. While the ad suitability check is in progress, we don't show ads on your video, so we recommend uploading your content as private or unlisted first, so you can wait to see what the monetization status will be before publishing. A red icon with ineligible will show if monetization is off and cannot be turned on.
And that means, I know what that means, so with a screen reader, it will just say dimmed or off.
For example, this icon will show in cases of some copyright claims. When you see this icon, your video will not earn from ads, and it will not be eligible to earn from YouTube Premium subscription revenue.
Lovely.
A gray icon with off will show if monetization is turned off, but can still be turned on. This icon off will show if earn from YouTube Premium subscription revenue. A gray icon with off will show if monetization is turned off, but can still be turned on.
Okay, so it'll say, I know, so the screen reader will say off, but then if it's red and off, it'll say dimmed off.
This icon means you did not choose to turn monetization on. Or, if you get this icon on your shorts, it means that you haven't accepted the shorts monetization module in YouTube Studio yet. And lastly, a yellow icon with limited will show if you turned monetization on, but your content will have limited or no ads. This means your content doesn't meet all of our advertiser-friendly content guidelines.
And that means that basically all of the gaming creators that are going to be uploading combat games to YouTube that are in the partner program, they're going to be yellow. All over the place. Yellow, yellow, yellow. The algorithm God says no until you choose to challenge it. Yep.
Because brands can choose to opt out of content that doesn't meet our advertiser-friendly content guidelines, your content may earn less revenue compared to content that does meet the guidelines. When you see this icon, your video is still eligible to earn YouTube Premium subscription revenue. Now, let's dive a bit more into the yellow monetization icon.
Oh boy.
In YouTube Studio, from the Content tab, you can filter by monetization, then Limited, to see videos that have a yellow monetization icon. In the Restrictions column, you'll see Ad Suitability. If you hover over that, there are a few different statuses you might see. Here's a breakdown of what the statuses mean. If the status says Add Suitability with the option for Request Review, that means our automated systems assess this video. However, our automated systems don't always get it right.
They don't, really. I had no idea. Jesus Christ. Our automated systems don't always get it right. They never get it right. How about you be honest?
Our systems mark your video as not suitable for all advertisers, and you disagree, you can request human review by a policy specialist. They'll review the decision made by our automated systems. If appropriate, they can change the video's monetization status. If they complete their review and agree with the automated system's decision, in YouTube Studio, the monetization status will remain. If you use self-certification during the upload flow, you'll see what issues our expert found that led to a yellow icon. Your appeal decision may also provide timestamps of where in the video issues appeared, or a note indicating if the issue is with your title or thumbnail. Note that these timestamps aren't exhaustive. The additional context—
Oh, they aren't. They aren't exhaustive, are they?
—given is to help you better understand where our experts found policy violations in your content. Timestamps do
Meanwhile, the advertisements don't follow the guidelines themselves. No, they really don't.
For direction on where to make edits, but help offer greater clarity on policy violations. Videos, thumbnails, and titles edited with YouTube Studio to remove violative content won't be eligible for re-review. Note that videos that aren't rated by self-certification in the upload flow won't be eligible to see these timestamps. If the status description says—
So that means— So in the upload flow, that means if you don't upload via YouTube Studio, then you don't get these features. So if I upload a short through my phone, I don't get those features. If I upload a video after I record a video in Streamlabs and I use the upload button in Streamlabs, I won't get those features. So what I have to, if I ever get monetized, what I'm going to have to start doing is recording in Streamlabs and then taking the extra step of opening QuickTime, saving the movie, and then uploading it, going up to YouTube Studio and uploading it, instead of just hitting the damn upload button from Streamlabs and having Streamlabs push the video out to YouTube. I now have to take 3 extra steps.
Upload flow won't be eligible to see these timestamps. If the status description says Add Suitability under review, that means you already requested a review and a policy specialist is actively reviewing the video.
Your son was watching a YouTube Kids video and got an ad for political donations? Oh, lovely. Just fantastic.
Specialist can keep or change the monetization status, and their decision is final. If the status description says Add Suitability confirmed by review, that means that our policy specialists finished reviewing the video and have confirmed that it doesn't meet our advertiser-friendly content guidelines. The yellow icon status can't be changed. Now, let's dive into a few questions you might have when it comes to yellow icons and reviews. How can creators request a review? From a desktop, go to YouTube Studio, then Content. You can search for the specific video you're looking for, or you can filter by monetization status on this page and select Limited to see videos that might be eligible for review. Once you've found the video that you want, go to the restrictions column for that video and hover over Add Suitability. Click Request Review and follow the on-screen instructions. From a mobile device, go to the YouTube Studio app, then Content. You can search for the specific video you're looking for, or you can filter by monetization status on this page.
Okay, so you're allowing us to have access to that feature from our phones. Why can't we upload stuff from our phones and have that as a What the fuck? That makes no sense. We can... What the fuck? You can... Oh my god. Oh my god. That is so stupid. You can access these features from the phone, but if you use your phone to upload to YouTube, those videos don't get these features. Derpa derpa derp.
and select Limited to see the videos that might be eligible for review. Once you've found the video you want, tap into it. Tap on the section that shows the monetization status. Then tap Request Review and follow the on-screen instructions. How does the review process work? When you request a human review, an expert looks at the video. They spend time watching the video and review its content, title, and metadata against our advertiser-friendly content guidelines. Our reviewers evaluate the video and related content as a whole. During their review, specialists use the advertiser-friendly guidelines paired with the following principles: context, focus, tone, realism, and graphicness.
You mean context matters? Are we sure? My phone was signed out on YouTube and I was looking up Batman cartoon clips and I got ads for tuck-friendly underwear. Alright then. Considering they're based in California, the YouTube people should know the issue. Yeah.
The most important principle is context. What's the intention behind your video? Is it to inform and educate, or to shock and incite?
Oh, the most important video is context, is it? Then why is GunTube getting completely screwed over? And why are combat gamers getting completely screwed? And I don't just mean Mortal Kombat gamers. I mean like, COD players. Those guys too. What about COD players? They're probably going to get screwed out of this too.
For example, if it's to
Anybody
inform
that
and
plays
educate,
Arma,
then you should
for
include
Christ's
context
sakes.
in your title, thumbnails, description, and tags. This context helps reviewers make the right monetization decision. Without context, reviewers may not accurately assess your content. Once the review is complete, you'll get an email with the monetization decision. How long do reviews take?
Oh, the sheath
We know that
underwear.
these reviews are important to you and your revenue. Human reviews typically take up to 7 days. Be sure to check your email, as this is how we send the
I've heard of
monetization
the sheath
decision.
underwear. The unsubscribed guys do a sponsorship with the sheath underwear people.
Once the review is complete. We hope this helps you learn more about our advertiser-friendly content guidelines, how they're applied, and the systems put in place to help you make informed decisions. To learn more, check out the links in the description. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We hope that we've allayed your fears. Well, guess what? You haven't. So that is why my content is kind of changing a little bit. The YouTube channel's not being shut down, but I am not going to be streaming on YouTube because my reaction streams are like, you guys like the reactions and I don't want to change that, so I'm going to put it on Twitch. So I put oh shit, I didn't put the Twitch channel in the description of the stream. I'm an idiot. So if everybody goes, if you're not following my Twitch, and you still want to see these live streams, go to twitch.tv/blindpress and make sure you're following. Hell, drop a sub if you'd be of a mind. But if you don't, that's fine, because the ad revenue helps. So that is why we're not, and we're gonna go now and we're gonna look at the GunTube stuff, because that was incredibly general. That was an incredibly generalized explanation from YouTube, as usual, because they never actually get specific. So we're gonna go take a look at GunTube, see what they have to say. What do we have here? Okay. Gotta make sure we're at the right volume. Okay, Demolition Ranch. Take it away. Tell us about this lovely, lovely new monetization policy for GunTube.
Welcome to Demolition Ranch. We love YouTube here, for the most part. We've been around for a long time. I started this channel in 2011. I started my other channel 2006, and it was not at all for the viewers. It was back then just I thought YouTube was interesting, and I put videos on it for fun, just for me and to show my friends. YouTube was a different animal back then. So I've been around YouTube for nearly 20 years, which is pretty crazy. Back in the old days, on Demolition Ranch, there were no rules. You could have videos online and totally
I'm literally, I need, the only milestone I need now for partner program is the viewers. I need 75 concurrent viewers over 30 days. And that's the last thing I need. I need and I need 50 subscribers, I believe, as well, or 100 subscribers. Was that a follow? Cannibalistic Snorlax. I like that name. I like that name there, CW, or well, now CS, but I know who you are. That's a cool name. All right, take it away, Matt.
Monetized as long as it was not pornographic or murder. That was the only two rules. Which one were you saying damn about?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. That was literally all it was. Everything else went.
Oh my God.
Killing or the other thing. Which that was not what we did.
Pornographic
Everything
or murder,
else went,
and then
as long as you were not killing or the other thing.
Killing or the other thing.
That's not what we did on the channel. Much. I mean, we did a few times. Slap
Why do you have to say those funny things while I'm drinking coffee?
on the wrist. We stopped doing that. One of them. Then they started implementing some rules. It started with the adpocalypse. The rules were just pertaining to advertisers, being advertiser friendly, that kind of thing. And so it wasn't too bad. It was just certain videos couldn't be monetized. And then
Pink Hollow set the ads up. Yeah. It's more fun over on Twitch. There's like interactions and stuff. Yeah, it's great. In California, they really dislike pew-pews. That's true.
And they started striking videos and deleting videos, and we got big on YouTube with custom homemade shotgun shells, where I would get a shotgun shell, take the lead shot out, and replace it with random things. Thumbtacks,
that's cool.
Lego heads, toothpicks, needles. We tried all kinds of stuff just to see what it did, and it was really cool.
That's
Went
really
very
awesome.
Viral. That's what really made my channel take off in the first place, and it was awesome. And then I
Hence,
made
Demolition Ranch.
a series of those videos.
that.
I made, I don't know, probably 30 different videos like that because it was fun for me and you guys liked it. Then YouTube started giving me channel strikes for them because they implemented new rules. I was scared a few times the channel was going to get totally deleted because of videos I had made 6 years prior. But they didn't. They just gave me strikes and deleted the videos, and I went ahead and privated all the other videos just so I wouldn't get any more strikes.
Right.
That was fine. I complied. So then they made some other rules where you couldn't sell firearms online, which that didn't bother me because I don't ever sell firearms online. Then they started talking about you couldn't have any gun parts being attached to guns.
Well, that's silly. Because how do you show, like, gun parts or attachments without having them attached to guns? That's silly.
Including putting a suppressor on a gun. They said that was explicitly illegal.
No.
We got a video deleted and a channel strike from that. We actually fought back
Wow.
on that one because that was stupid.
It was. That
and
is
YouTube
stupid.
said, yeah, you're right. That's stupid. And they fixed it. They reinstated my video and said we're all good. So now YouTube just came out with some updated rules in their firearms policy. And some of them are bad and are definitely going to affect. Before, they don't love are bad and are definitely going to affect. Before, they don't love machine guns, which is what this is. This is a full auto pre-86 machine gun. This is an AK-47.
Okay.
They didn't like them, but it was only for advertiser-friendly content. They would say this is not advertiser-friendly, and they demonetize the video. So they have a whole list of rules, and I can put that in the description below. But one big thing that they've changed now is they've added an age-restricted content section to it, and they have put this in age-restricted. I'll tell you what that means in a minute. But it says age-restricted content. Sometimes content doesn't violate our policies, but it may not be appropriate for viewers under 18.
That's why we mark our channels not made for kids. You stupid people.
Examples are content showing use of a homemade firearm, like a 3D printed gun, an automatic firearm, or any of these accessories. And it talks about accessories that make the gun simulate automatic fire, like a bump stock, Gatling trigger, which we've done, drop-in auto sears or conversion kits. It also says you cannot show high-capacity magazines. It doesn't say what that is. It just says you can't show that. You can't show homemade silencers or suppressors. You can't show firing a 3D printed firearm. You can't show firing a fully automatic rifle. You can't show firing a firearm with a high-capacity magazine.
Why?
So you can show the fully automatic rifle. The rules just say you can't show firing it. Okay. It also says these guidelines only apply to real use of firearms and may not apply, for example, to use of firearms in artistic content such as a film.
Oh, look, more proof that Pinkala was right about how they want to make YouTube basically a network.
May also make exception for public interest content such as military or police footage, news footage, or footage from war zones. If you violate this, there's different rules. If you violate some, they'll...
So that's how they're getting away with news being fucking reaction content. So news is its own category. So that's why news is you
strike and remove the video.
You fuckers.
If you violate this rule, if I showed firing this, they would 18 up restrict my content. I'm looking at my analytics. My 17 and under audience is only 2.6% of my audience. So you might be thinking, if it's 18 up restricted, who cares, Matt? You're going to lose 2.8% of your video views. That is where we really get screwed over. Because to know what age you are, you have to be logged in. So to see an 18 up restricted video, even if you're 65, you have to be logged in.
Yep.
And we have a ton of people who watch my videos who do not have YouTube accounts. And so if they don't have a YouTube account, they will not see any of my 18 up restricted videos. So everything that gets flagged as 18 up restricted, which we've had before, it gets less than half the views, like 40% the views, because most people are not logged into an account. So that stinks. So today is an experiment. We are going to do everything exactly by the new YouTube firearms guidelines, but up to the limit.
Oh god, this is gonna be funny. How far can he go? How far can he go and get away with this?
I want to see if this video gets 18 up restricted, if I completely follow the guidelines.
Okay.
But just barely. Welcome to Demolition Ranch.
Okay.
Like I said, full auto, AK-47. I can show it. I can manipulate it. You can see this. It is a machine gun.
You can tell by the way that it is.
But can't show it being used. They also didn't say what high-capacity magazines are. Gun people would never call this
Okay.
a high-capacity magazine because it's a standard capacity magazine. A high capacity would be like a drum, something like that. But non-gun people might call this a high-capacity magazine because it's higher than a bolt-action magazine. But this is actually a 29-round magazine, so no one would call this a high-capacity magazine. So this is still legal on YouTube,
funny.
right?
Okay, so he's showing it.
Should I shoot it though?
I mean, you can't show
Charge.
that.
Oh, you're right. Can't show it unless it's used in artistic content such as a film.
So he's cinematic. And he's shooting everywhere. He's not really shooting it though. Fingers off the trigger.
really
I can see
weird
his
that
finger
that's okay.
is completely
Yeah.
along,
Right?
above the trigger.
How are your shoes untied?
Oh, dang.
Okay, but they
It
put
is.
flashes and everything at the end of the barrel. Now listen. It's on the guy tying his shoe.
What was that?
I shot the machine gun
Oh.
for
well,
real,
We didn't show it.
but we did not show it.
So that's legal.
That is legal.
It's legal.
This is great. I love this.
Man.
Should not get 18 up restricted because real machine
kids videos. He has families and everything that watch. This is why the whole shirt situation is evil.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
machine gun really shot it.
Didn't show it.
Did not show it. That's all the rule
Didn't
says.
show it.
Sweet.
So shooting off screen is not showing it.
Right.
Is
True.
a censored bar over it showing it?
Nope.
You got a sensor bar across it. Can't see the flash of the muzzle. Nothing.
That's probably fine.
Yep.
I mean, it's not showing it.
Nothing was being shown.
Nothing was being shown.
Nope.
Okay.
So we got like a cinematic reversal. And then it's coming in with the letters like reversal. Do I let them beat each other up? Okay, so we're in cinematic stuff, okay?
Give me my money.
Give me my money.
No. Then you will die.
It's funny because they're on the ranch, they were in Hero Pro this whole time. So he's showing his firing off camera, and the other guy's taking digital clips. Or scripts. It looks like he's using explosive ammo at the same time. So he shot down range, but Give Me My Money is the name of the movie. And directed by Matt. Starring Matt. With Mikey. Written and directed by Matt, produced by Matt. Guy number 1, Matt. Guy number 2, Mikey. Cameraman. Camera A, David. Edited by Andis. Copyright.
Hey, Matt, you just showed the gun shooting. Like, what's...
I did, yeah.
Okay, so why?
Oh, it's fine. That was an artistic
Fills up
content
script.
such as a film. We actually have a script.
This is script.
So, all good. Abides by the rules.
Says, give me my
Dang,
money.
what a
No.
technicality, man. That's crazy. So, artistic works like a film.
So he's sitting in the back of the
Artistic
truck.
content such as a
Artistic
film.
content such as a film.
And you cannot show...
He's
Ow,
probably
man.
reloading mag.
Stop
You can't see
touching
his
it.
veins.
It's hard on
What-
an AK to not touch
What are you
things.
touching it? What are you touching back there?
Nothing. You know what I definitely do not... Can you see the machine gun I have?
What machine gun?
I don't have a machine gun.
Right?
That is for sure. This is not full auto.
No, I heard something. You could have put that in afterwards.
Yeah, that's all in post. You can see.
Nope.
He's just.
I do not have a full auto machine
I
gun
do not have
behind
one.
here. And you can't prove that I have it because we have not showed any of it.
Man, a real case of Schrodinger's machine gun. Somebody will get that.
I was actually in a Zoom meeting with people from YouTube they're telling us these rules. They're not the rule makers, but they are the ones who are telling us these rules. And all of the big gun tubers, we're all in there in this meeting. There's like 12 people in here. And they're explaining these rules to all of us. And we're all annoyed, as you can imagine, because it's going to be hard and some of the rules are they don't make any sense.
No, they
And
don't.
they are saying, it's just 18 up restricted. Who cares, guys? And we're like, that affects
This
us
is
big
the
time.
explanation.
And so what we were really upset with is the gray area, and their rules are not very clear in some aspects. And so this video is probably going to get 18 up restricted, would be my guess. And then they will have to tell me, I'll have to get on a
I
phone
can't
call
tell if it
with
got restricted
my
or not.
YouTube representative, and he will actually have to tell me
Is there a way you can
what
see?
is
I can't
18 up restricted about the video, which parts of it made it 18 up restricted. That's my hope anyway. And I like my guy, he's a nice guy. But he's gonna have to talk to his people who are deciding these rules to tell me which one it is.
No,
So
he's
I'm
talking
hoping
about
that this
his
video is
managers.
forcing
Yeah.
them to make the gray areas a little more black and white.
Right.
That would be my goal. Speaking of,
But guys,
Got
people
another
like
idea.
you,
Real machine-
smaller channels, even
even Omega, he's got 100K. He doesn't. He gets demonetized, and poof, that 100K doesn't matter because he doesn't have that manager. The smaller, under 100K, under $1 million are going to get really screwed over by these smaller policies. Even movie reviewers are going to get hit.
Yeah.
Think about it. Anybody who runs gore on their channels, kill count.
Yep.
They're going to get they were already hanging by a thread. What's this going to do for them?
What about Decker Shadow?
Decker, he's monetized, but he just does sit in front and talk. He doesn't show clips or anything.
Okay.
But Red Eye Reviews, even Red Letter.
The King of the Hill reviewers.
No, that's fine. It's King of the Hill. But they might also, because if they change it to the reaction stuff, but that's counted as analysis, so it doesn't. We're all screwed.
Yep.
Everybody's screwed. It's just not right.
No. And this is why I'm not going to be streaming on YouTube anymore, because I'm not going to kill the way I am as I broadcast in front of the camera.
That's easy, okay.
Like, I'm not going to do that, because nobody will want to watch that then.
Exactly.
So I'll do the videos that you guys like the ranting from behind glass eyes and the book reviews and the blindness content.
I might work on editing stuff.
And I'll do the
You didn't finish the video.
Oh, I didn't?
God, no. You're halfway through.
Oh.
Full auto, actually. Mm-hmm. But as long as we don't show it, cover this gun for me, Mikey,
So
please.
Discount. Puts a blanket over it.
I mean,
can't see anything.
It's a
can't
good
see
blanket here.
Nothing.
Yep, that could have been a machine gun.
They blurred the end.
We don't know. We have no idea because nothing was being showed.
There's no proof.
There's no proof.
Nope.
So now, on camera.
Hey, you can't do that. It's illegal.
Don't worry. This was artistic content, such as a film.
What do you mean?
It's all scripted. Look.
How did you do that?
Cool, huh?
Hippopotamus.
Auto fire gun. You can't do that. It's not everything they just said.
So that's what I got. Your move, YouTube. I'd really like some further clarification. If this works, I will just script every single video from here on out. It'll be artistic content, such as a film. Or maybe we just need to blur every machine gun. And if that works, let me know. We'll do whatever it takes to follow the rules, even if we don't agree with the rules, just as long as we can stay here.
Yeah. They have no choice. That's the other problem. And now the bigger channels are forced to comply.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they lose all their stuff.
Right.
So, it's bad. Oh, and then these are the guys that Asmongold watched the other day. This is actually worse. This is 3 days ago. So this is an update from 3 days ago on the same policy problems in gun.
How y'all doing? Got some bad news today to share with you, and don't know where you're seeing this, whether you're on the Hickok 45 Clips channel or the Hickok 45 main channel or the Hickok 45 Talks channel. We're posting this on all three channels today. We just had a chat with our Google rep, and John, you want to share?
Yeah, he shared some unfortunate news with us. Some of you may have seen that YouTube changed their policy on gun videos on June 18th. And we were not aware how much that was going to affect us until very recently when we just talked with our Google rep, as Dad said. And you may notice that our videos posted since June 18th have been removed. And the reason for that is because essentially the new policy that pertains to this video and what the problem is here is that all sponsorships from companies that are either firearms companies or companies that deal in firearms accessories are a complete violation of YouTube's policies. And any videos posted with sponsorships of that kind post June 18th will make your channel subject to being completely terminated.
What the fuck?
Policies. And any videos posted with sponsorships of that kind post June 18th will make your channel subject to being completely terminated.
If you have any type of gun sponsorship, gun accessory sponsorship, like the Tac Pack that the Angry Cops and them and Unsubscribe have been sponsored with, or any of the holy shit. Holy shit. Wow. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely insane. Where'd everybody go?
Strikes and termination, right? And any video before that is subject to the video itself being terminated. So prior to June 18th, the video itself is at risk. Post June 18th, the entire channel is at risk. And as you know, we have had sponsorships like that almost the entire time we have been doing this. So it pertains to probably 95% of our content. So we are at the risk of losing everything and having to almost start from scratch.
That is absolutely insane. If you're a gun YouTuber, of course you're going to have sponsorships from gun companies and accessory companies. Like, that is bullshit. That is absolutely bullshit.
Trying to be optimistic. Hopefully something, can be done and we can figure out a way, of course, to keep rolling.
All these things that were perfectly fine for, what, 15, 20 years?
Yes, exactly.
All of a sudden are horrible. But make sure that you are subscribed to the channel you're watching and then also the other two. So Hickok 45.
I can't believe this.
Yeah. How fucked up is this?
No sponsorships from any gun accessories, so unsubscribe is fucked.
Everybody.
Angry Cops is fucked.
Yep.
Fucking.
Oh yeah. Because there's the one there's the mystery box gun guys that send out gun parts in the mystery box.
Tac Pack?
Yeah, Tac Pack, that's it.
Yeah. That's. This is bullshit. This is absolutely bullshit.
5 clips, Hickok 45 talks, and then the main channel.
Right, because it may be the only way we have to communicate with you moving forward. But we'll see what happens. We're trying to be optimistic, and we hope we can still keep giving you guys the content that you'd like to see.
Right, because I'm still hoping for that big movie role in Hollywood. I don't want to quit doing videos.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah, I'll get that call one day.
Yeah, it's coming any day now.
So, anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll keep you apprised of the situation.
That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts to just, wow.
Yeah. That's how fucked up YouTube is now. Talk more about that.
Thank you for moving over to Twitch. I feel almost like maybe I shouldn't, even if I get the check marks to go ahead and apply, I almost feel like I shouldn't now.
What, monetization on YouTube?
Yeah.
Trust me, you're way off from getting the check marks on YouTube. Don't worry about that. No, I'm serious.
Let's focus on
Compared to Twitch,
yeah.
Compared to Twitch, you're 100,000 miles away.
Yeah.
I'm closer. Fuck. I'm in monetization territory for Twitch, and I stream once a fucking year. So.
Well, and like I said, there's more fun over here on Twitch. You can make me lift weights. You can make me play Mortal Kombat without headphones. You can.
There's cool. I've actually set up some graphics stuff for subscriptions and donations and stuff. I'm gonna do more. Now I can focus on more. There are special icons too.
You should have seen it was really funny when in my last set with Hestia. Mm-hmm. She redeemed no headphones in the last match.
And on Twitch, you can do that now. You can set up play with fans.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if you have 1,000 friends on PlayStation. Who gives a shit?
Right.
It's just annoying because when I play on the PS4, all those messages pop up.
Yeah.
That's all. I can deal with that.
But yeah, it's nuts. I need.
How are you gonna do this? You're gonna take a 10-minute break?
Yeah.
I gotta go deal with burnt children. Did you burn your mouth because you went too hot?
Aww. Poor poor guy. So, I'm gonna take a quick break and eat my pizza because I need to take my anti-inflammatory. So I will be right back. Push out the stream to Twitter and Discord while I'm gone. Let me just mute, or let me put this, and I'm gonna put the music up, okay? Okay. What? Right.
So you could do that. Are you live yet?
I'm back, yeah.
Okay. Are you on screen? There
Yeah.
you go. Okay. But that's one option. I'm trying to find some more stuff. You just want to do bullshit fun stuff right today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd put that on it, but I'd get hit. If I was on Twitch, I'd put it on.
No, it's still get hit. That'll still get you hit.
You guys, so Cannibalistic Wizard says I prefer Rumble. Yeah, Rumble's inaccessible. And I don't agree with the fact that you have to pay them for more than a gig's worth of bandwidth. So fuck that shit.
And also Rumble. Unfortunately, like everyone's like, go to Rumble. That's like, remember back in the day, what was the other one everyone said to go to?
Minds.
We all did Minds for the alternative to the social media and stuff. No, what was the other site?
Odyssey.
That was a streaming site.
Yeah.
No. The other upload site that everyone was uploading everything.
Oh, BitChute.
Yeah, that's it. And what happened there? It's like the YouTube world killed it.
And I can't use BitChute.
Yep. Oh, there's a neat one.
So.
What happens when natural gas has no smell? There's something for your nightmares here. There's a nice nightmare video for you out of the engineering crews. That's in your... You should be opening these up.
YouTube has devolved constantly. Yeah, you're right.
It's bad. Oh, sweet. And then... Internet Anarchist is probably going to get pissed, but he just dropped an hour ago, how Penguin Zero destroyed Sniperwolf. And you hate Sniperwolf, so... Because...
Oh, god damn it.
I don't know, did you want to watch that one or no? Oh, Tony Curtis. Microsoft laying off DEI employees, that's hilarious. Now you guys are getting an insight on how do we do things.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna watch this first.
And then, it's like, everyone dropped all these awesome, all this great. The invasion of Quebec.
I'm probably not gonna watch all of these.
They're all short. They're not long.
Oh, okay.
They're like 15 minutes, maybe.
And I do need
so you can finish off with the invasion of Quebec. That'll give you like an hour and a half.
And I do need you to go plug that in.
Go plug that in. Oh, that?
It's not as strong. It's it's just
You're
heating.
right. It's just halfway. Jesus. You don't have a mini in here?
I do not.
Okay, I'll go put them out. Yeah.
Oh, the update of... There we go. We're gonna look at that.
Okay, you good? Are you good without me?
I think so.
Okay.
Sorry guys, I'm just pulling up these videos.
May 10th.
Okay. Here we go. Oops. There we go. Back to Brandon's video. Let me quickly check Twitch chat before we move on. Okay. Hello. It's a Spittlebuggies is over on Twitch too. Okay. Let's move back over. So let's watch Brandon Herrera. Hold on. YouTube says no full auto. So here's an M2 an M2.5. Wait. I don't know what it is. He's gonna say what it is. So let's listen. Take it away, Brandon.
Now, for those of you who aren't aware, YouTube has just changed their guidelines again. So now showing a fully automatic firing is not only demonetized, but you can get age restricted and basically blacklisted from the entire algorithm. So in the spirit of following these new guidelines, here's the M250 cal Ma Deuce heavy machine gun.
The M250 cal machine gun.
So the Ma Deuce is kind of a legendary military weapon, seeing service all the way back from World War II to Korea, Vietnam, all the way to present day. It's been on trucks, it's been on tanks, it's been on planes. If you can think of a mode of transportation the U.S. government has strapped one of these fuckers to it. Today,
sorry,
we're gonna play with
you said planes and trucks and tanks. That's close enough to planes, trains, and automobiles, isn't it? Jesus!
Now, quick note to YouTube. If you think that sounded like a machine gun, you're actually wrong. Let me show you. This is a very semi-automatic M2. As you see, when I fire a round and I hold down the paddles, only one round goes off.
This is a very semi-automatic machine gun.
So no matter how long I hold down the paddles, only one round comes out, making this a semi-automatic firearm. I can just pull the trigger really fast. I mean, look at Jerry Miculek. If he can shoot semi-automatic that fast, it's really no stretch to say that I can shoot the M2, pull the trigger really. So no matter how long I hold down the paddles, only one round comes out, making this a semi-automatic firearm. I can just pull the trigger really fast. I mean, look at Jerry Miculek. If he...
Look at me, I'm pulling the trigger. I can't do it that fast.
You just lost the entire Twitch chat for like almost 6 minutes.
What?
It was on an ad roll this whole time since you came back. As soon as you came back and I walked out, it was a 6 out of 6 at 15 seconds apiece ad roll for the 30-minute mark.
So should I just...
No, you're good now.
Should I put the video back?
You weren't that far into it, right? No, you're not. You're only a minute and a half in. Yeah, go ahead and start it back over so we all have a fun look at Congressman Herrera. You're good.
Now, for those of you who aren't aware, YouTube has just changed their guidelines again. So now showing a fully automatic firing is not only demonetized, but you can get age restricted and basically blacklisted from the entire algorithm. So in the spirit of following these new guidelines, here's the M250 cal Ma Deuce heavy machine gun.
Last I heard, the M2 was expected to last past 2050. Interesting.
So
I don't know about
the M2, legendary military weapon, seeing service all the way back from World War II to Korea, Vietnam, all the way to present day. It's been on trucks, it's been on tanks, it's been on planes. If you can think of a mode of transportation the U.S. government has strapped one of these fuckers to it. Today,
I still want to see one of them on a train. I want to see an M250 cal on a train. Somebody do that.
We're gonna play with one.
Chugga, 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 chugga. That's what I want.
Now, quick note to YouTube. If you think that sounded like a machine gun, you're actually wrong. Let me show you. This is a very semi-automatic M2. As you see,
very semi-automatic M2. I like that. I like the way he says that.
Now, quick note to YouTube. If you think that sounded like a machine gun, you're actually wrong. Let me show you. This is a very semi-automatic M2. As you see, when I fire a round and I hold down the paddles, Only one round.
See? See? It makes a sound.
Goes off. So no matter how long I hold down the paddles, only one round comes out, making this a semi-automatic firearm. I can just pull the trigger really fast. I mean, look at Jerry Miculek. If he can shoot semi-automatic that fast, it's really no stretch to say that I can shoot the M2 half that speed. Because after all, we're professionals.
That's not automatic. I'm just pulling the trigger really fast. This is totally a fuck you to YouTube. He's just pulling the trigger over and over and over again. It's not an automatic gun. I'm pulling the trigger.
Fuck you and whatever you were hiding behind.
Fuck you and whatever you were hiding behind. That's great. Oh my god.
Just an FYI, we closed all the windows and turned on the fans.
Okay.
How's it going? What'd you get to?
He just, hold on.
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
He just unloaded and went, fuck you and whatever you were hiding behind.
Yeah. Listen to the cost of the ammo that he talks about, because he talks about all this. Because this is an expensive video.
We won't need a second one.
For the first time in So it's World War I.
It's
going to be a great...
Whatever you were hiding behind.
$5,000 video for him to make.
Fuck you and whatever you were hiding behind. So it's World War I.
It's going to be a great war. So great we won't need a second one.
For the first time in world history, white people have started to use the brand new technology that is the machine gun on each other. They unanimously decided that...
White people have started to use the technology known as the machine gun on each other. Really, William? The M2 is the fourth oldest still used by the US, followed by the Springfield, the M11, and the 30 cal. But the M2 is still used because it works. That makes sense.
That shit was scary, and they needed more of them. So during the course of the war, machine gun technology advanced, which is where we got things like this. This right here is a 1919, but of course, toward the end of World War I, you would have had what was called the 1917, which is essentially this, but water-cooled. This is the M2's little brother. Say little, it's still pretty heavy. This one's chambered in the 30-06 cartridge. But a lot more advancements came out of World War I. Not just the machine gun. The first time in a major war, we also have armored vehicles, tanks, and planes in the same battlefield, which means we needed somebody to dream a little bit bigger. Enter stage right, the 50 BMG. And by someone, I mean a Mormon. And by a Mormon, I mean the big papa himself of weapon design, John Moses Browning.
So that is the name of the guy who invented Brown. Okay, I get it.
Now, the initial renditions of the M250 cal were actually water-cooled, but the military wanted to shift to something that was more modern, more air-cooled. But unfortunately, during the development process in 1926, John Moses Browning died. But despite the setback, work on the gun continued, and in 1933, we got what we now know today as the M2 Browning machine. And
so that'll be, so 1933 is when it first was made.
Funny enough, very little on this gun has actually changed since 1933. In fact, the M2 is actually the firearm that has seen the longest continuous use by the US military, period. This gun was in use before World War II, saw both the
91 years. Because it's 2024, so 91 years this gun has been around.
War II, Korea, Vietnam, GWAT. I mean, this thing has been around for 91 years, almost like our president. Unlike our president, this gun was built incredibly well.
Oh,
so much so that some of the original guns that were built in 1933 are actually still in use.
Holy shit, really? That's incredible.
What I'm trying to say is some of these fuckers were in service before movies were in color and are still spewing 670 grains of hate to this day.
Now guys, if you're like me, you conceal carry everywhere. Like, everywhere. And if you want to be comfortable while you...
So, you remember I told you I was carrying 2 M2 Browning machine guns one day to go get redone at that one place?
Yeah.
That's what they were. They were from World War II. And they were Canadian forces.
Okay. Well, you might want to have a talk with those two, because he's getting upset, the youngest one.
That's fine. I got it.
You do it, you might want to check out Arrowhead Tactical Apparel. They make athletic wear that is designed for safe and comfortable concealed carry, which if you've ever tried to carry in sweatpants, usually not great. But they make comfortable athletic stuff that's made for concealed carry. These shorts, I could wear these in the boxing gym. You'd never know these were made for concealed carry. That way, you know, if sparring doesn't go my way, I can just, you know, from their shorts to travel joggers, they've got plenty of options for men and women, all using their patented carrier retention waistband. So if you want to check them out and save some money, you can use the code AK15.
Does this count as a gun accessory sponsorship? Does this mean Brandon Herrera's gonna get demonetized for this?
I want to thank Arrowhead for sponsoring this video. Back to the M2.
World War II is really where the M2 got to shine. We use this on fucking everything.
I put that on everything.
We had variants made to use them in aircraft. We had variants made to use a lot of them on aircraft. As it turns out, when the objective is to put as many big holes in the enemy as possible, the soldiers fucking loved the 50 cal.
I bet.
She wasn't just a machine gun. Turns out 50 cal is pretty good at going long distances.
No way.
This might seem obvious now, you know, in the era of Barretts and things being used as a long-range weapon by the military, but not so much back in the day. But somebody who realized the potential for it and perfected it was, during Vietnam, legendary sniper Carlos Hathcock, who actually set a record for the longest confirmed kill by using a scoped M250. A record that would stand for decades until it was broken by a Canadian sniper using a Barrett. So
Hell
no
yeah,
actual
go
person
Canada.
has beaten his record. ADD break. We just got 2 boxes here, and either way, I know you can't see this on camera, but this is gonna smell great. Showing White Claw some democracy in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna go rescue my phone.
I'm gonna go rescue my I think he left his phone on the thing.
Got some beefy destruction in these.
It sounds so big, just with him like reloading it and everything. It sounds so monstrous.
Ones that didn't get hit, definitely got a little bit of spall. Shit. All right, that's how you want to play it? Fuck off. Even the ones that look like they're still alive, really not. Also, again, second time the last month, destroying a chair at Demolition Ranch. Although this one, I did think ahead. Matt, this is not your chair. I felt bad about the last one.
Oh yeah, I remember watching the video with Pinkalo and he fucking destroyed Matt's chair. I remember that. Oh my god, that was funny.
Bought a 4-pack. This is one of mine. I mean, that'll still hold weight. Unless you're one of them big old women in San Antonio.
Oh boy, going to San Antonio. All about big old women in San Antonio.
Now, it really sucks that we have to be compliant with the YouTube guidelines because they don't like fully automatic weapons anymore. Despite the fact that I'm an 0702 FFL with an SOT and I actually have access to legal machine guns with all the proper licensing and paperwork, I even own a full auto M250 cal. Not this one, of course.
No, not this one. No.
Of course, we have to comply with the guidelines. But I do own one. Really upset I couldn't use it in this video, but I mean, like, not like you'd ever know from the outside. Just...
I'd laugh if he was totally using it in this video.
At it. I just find it really hypocritical that the people at YouTube that I've talked to say that, you know, they don't think people under 18 should have access to be able to see videos of fully automatic firearms. Despite that the same algorithm pushes things like Fortnite and Call of Duty to literal children where you're using fully automatic weapons to kill other people and your friends.
But combat gaming is not allowed anymore either, so...
But if I, a fully legally licensed manufacturer, do it in a controlled, safe environment while showing safe operation, do it, I get age restricted. Also, despite the fact that a lot of the original users of this gun back in the day in the war to help protect this great country weren't even fucking 18 yet.
Nope.
What YouTube's been doing with this just reminded me of the old Mark Twain quote. Something along the lines of, censorship is telling a man he can't eat a steak because a baby can't chew it.
Yep. Yep. That sounds like something Mark Twain would say.
So how do you open the top cover? Well, you got this little lever here. You rotate, gets this little thing out of the way, and you can open this top right up. So now you have access to the guts of the gun. As you can see, I moved the charging handle here, and it pulls the bolt slightly out of battery. Rotate this up out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and load the rounds through the side so you can see it here. Pull our bolt back slightly. Put our round in there.
Just listen to that.
Slap that down.
Those
this is one of two ways that you can load the gun. You can just feed the ammo directly through the side, but instead of having to single cock it, you would just then double cock it. First one to advance the round, second one to load the round into the chamber. So now we're going to take our charging handle, like so, rotate it down, pull it back, let her go. So now we have a round loaded and in the chamber. So
that sounds like just a giant fucking gun with giant fucking rounds.
Safety here, left is on safe, right is off.
Left
off
is
safe because we're about to fire. Got a safety here, left is on safe, right is off. We want to be off safe because we're about to fire. And then of course, as we discussed before, these paddles are the trigger. Now that we're all good to go, we're clear, we are going to fire. Of course, very semi-automatic, as we addressed. This gun is fully compliant with YouTube guidelines.
This gun is fully compliant with you. I love how he says that. I just love how he says this gun is fully compliant with YouTube guidelines. Don't worry. He's just, and it just sounds like a just the big fucking thunk of a gun. Just. I'm just checking Twitch chat. But this is just insane. This gun. This gun is just, I don't think I've ever heard it fire before. Okay. Let's see. Blue Starios. I just said Starios or Wars. All weapons are named after their creator. Yeah. Sorry. Think Crayola markers. Ow. Oh, and an ad's about to start.
So roughly, 50 cal is about that big. That's about what a 50 cal looks like.
The bullet?
Yeah, it actually said, yeah, it's about, no, the whole casing.
Okay.
I used to have 50 cal rounds. Because with the working with the B-17 and Mom and everybody, right?
Yeah.
So they would sell 50 cal, like, they're unpinned. But yeah, 50 cal BMGs, about the size of a Sharpie.
What does the whole gun look like?
An oversized broom handle for the barrel. Yeah, an oversized 4-foot long broom handle.
Okay.
Attached to a toaster.
Holy shit! Jesus. The whole bullet and casing is about 5.5 inches. That's insane. That is absolutely crazy. Alright, I think we're getting an ad break incoming, so let me just stand up for a second my god. Stretching. I have been given a prescription anti-inflammatory for my hip, and I'm trying to figure out the best timing to take it so I don't overtake it. It's like ad break in progress. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds. Okay. Just let me do this. Being right back. Yeah, well, but yeah, I can definitely do some, and I'm still, so this, with the anti-inflammatory that I'm taking, I'm hoping I'll be able to start doing, like, the Pilates and stuff.
Yeah, so I got 5 that are about, you can keep going on Twitch, YouTube, right?
Right.
But not with the video going, just talk, right?
Right.
And then, because if you're not going to go, and then pay attention to the timer, and then you'll come back, right?
Yeah.
Because this is your last stream. You don't want to sit there and be, off topic, right?
Right.
Or off, you know what I mean? Because they'll just throw the YouTube people off for now, right? You're just waiting for the ads. So what do you want to talk about? So talk about that stuff, right? Talk about the scam for a second. When you get a DM that says, "Hello, I am Prince from Nigeria. My name is Harhamo Harmoka. I have presentation for you. I will give you 7,000 rubles for 50 American dollars. What do you say?"
Fuck off. There's nothing rolling on your side yet? Oh god. Okay, so let's pop up here.
Now, if you don't mind going over there a little bit. So now pull the trigger very fast. And to that.
Thunk, 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 thunk.
Mind going over there a little bit. So now pull the trigger very fast.
Now I'll pull the trigger very fast.
And to then clear the gun. And we're good. Now, as you may have noticed, the barrel on the M2 reciprocates a bit when it fires. This is not unlike the Barrett 50 cal.
Damn, that's
both
a
guns
loud
operate using
gun.
what is called short recoil, where the barrel moves back slightly to initiate the motion of the bolt.
So the barrel actually moves a little bit when the gun is fired. Interesting.
You can even see it when I move the charging handle here, and I unlock the bolt. The barrel moves backward with it. Because you can see here, it is locked, but when I move the charging handle back, both the bolt and the barrel move back to a certain point until it unlocks. Now the bolt can move to the rear without the barrel. Now there's a little bit more to it, but the rest of it, well, that's mostly just some of Browning's Mountain Dew wizardry. Let's not get into all that. But if you find all this stuff without the barrel. Now there's a little charging handle back, both the bolt and the barrel move back to a certain point until it unlocks. Now the bolt can move to the rear without the barrel. Now there's a little bit more to it, but the rest of it, well, that's mostly just some of Browning's Mountain Dew wizardry. Let's not get...
What, Brandon? What's okay?
But if you find all this stuff fascinating, you can always check out SDI.edu using the links in the description and in the pinned comment to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology. So you might have also noticed that we're using a big-ass optic on this thing. Not something you'd normally see on an M2, but I kind of like it. This is the Trigicon MGRS. This is their big kind of heavy machine gun optic for the M2s, for miniguns. Basically just a big old EOTech. But
is
it's
it
not
a scope?
Trigicon. They're not sponsored. They would hate me saying that. Trick to taking this bad boy off, stick your finger up through here, pull that out, and then the second one is on this side. So this one's on the top, pull that up, and then one more on this side. Pull that up, then the mount can freely move forward. That is a chunky optic. And underneath it, we have our standard M2 sights. Got our peephole rear sight with a big old front sight blade with a hood up front.
Okay, so that's sights, not... Okay, I see. What's the difference between sights and a scope? It might be a stupid question, but I'm trying to learn. So what's the difference between a sight and scope?
Traditionally what you would think of as the M2 iron sights. But the future's now, old man. So we're gonna put that right back on top. And continue near-peer warfare. Ladies and gentlemen, the Modus. This is a gun that I've been wanting to do a video on for a long time. Finally got the chance. Because really, the only thing better than a 50 cal is a belt-fed 50 cal. The only thing better than a belt-fed 50 cal is whenever I get my Cybertruck and I get to mount one of these on it like it's a fucking warthog.
Yes!
This was a
put it on your
very
truck!
Expensive video to make that may or may not see a dime, but that's all right. At the end of the day, I still have an awesome platform to make content that I like for you guys and kind of, you know, teach you guys a little bit about firearms, or if you already know it, hopefully entertain you. That being said, if you want to see some of the less restricted versions of things, stuff that's censorship free, even exclusive content that's not even on YouTube, you can check out pepperbox.tv. It's a streaming service that me and my friends launched, and it's already the most successful platform that's ever launched for our community. Also, as an added treat, by the time this video goes hot, we'll have posted this video. Put the anime in the fucking bag. That's right, the Japanese pipe pistol assassination of Shinzo Abe.
Oh god, oh god. Sights are short range, scopes are long range.
I got you. Okay, we'll do this the fun way.
Okay.
Okay, so when you have a handgun, for instance, or any weapon that has just a rail system on it, put your hand up. Okay, take that. Okay, you feel the top here. Okay, so this is on normal handguns as well, and on rifles and everything. Okay, there's generally a rear sight, which is here like this. You know, it's two rails.
Yeah.
Because you look through the middle of these.
Okay.
See this little line here at the front? This will be your front sight.
Okay.
It'll have a little tiny, like usually a poke or a triangle, something. If it's a ring, for instance. But generally, it's just this, and then this. Okay, and then you line those up with your eye. And that's how you shoot.
Oh.
That's how you do that. That's how you aim on target. That's all you have to do.
So you line through up those 3 points.
Right. Now a scope. Okay. There you go. Okay. There you go. Okay. Now a scope is basically a little telescope mounted on top of your rail system, and inside of here is back here generally is a little cross, is a little piece of wire that's made into a cross.
Okay.
Okay, and that you put the center of that on your target. You don't worry about anything else. You just put those on your target. So when you bead this in, you sight in the scope. That is generally zeroed, and these little knobs that are fake here on a real scope, they move, and the side one, this here, will move one crosshair up and down, and then the other one will go back and forth. So you can change where your sight picture actually goes, depending on how your weapon to zero in. Because some guns shoot, sometimes you just can't center because the barrel's bent. Barrels warp.
Right.
But yeah, so the way it works is, that's how that works. Now on a rifle, there's actually an option, like for instance, this is a shotgun, right?
Right.
But if you take it, now on here, along the rail, this is your rail, right? You've got your little front bead.
Yeah.
That's your bead.
Yeah.
Right? And then back here there would be a little slit in there that you would use to line up and center that.
Okay.
And that's what you would put on your target then. And your scopes can do anything with like a red dot. When you're talking about a red dot, stuff like that, those are close range stuff. Like you can line them up within like 30 yards.
Okay.
The bigger the scope, the farther you see.
Right.
A Barrett, like the Barrett when I worked at the gun store that I got to see had this gigantic, you know, my big lens when it has my shade hood on it.
Yeah.
Think of that on both sides.
Holy fuck!
That's like the scope, and you can see like for like miles with that thing. And that's basically the difference. It's a telescope. A scope itself is a telescope, and then your sights are your irons.
Okay.
The thing without, that's the natural mounted stuff.
Okay.
This has been sponsored by X-Shot.
Video that we did.
Hey, it's the safest way right now.
Yep. That's true.
2 years ago now. The one that got me nuked from orbit from YouTube directly. I got a pretty serious strike on that one. That'll be up on Pepperbox just as a little treat. Anyhow, I hope you found this video entertaining. If you have ideas of what you'd like to see us do, either with a different firearm or with the M2, let me know down in the comments. Go ahead and check to make sure you're still subscribed. Don't pay your taxes, and I will see you sexy YouTube.
Don't pay your taxes. Fucking Brandon. Oh my god. That's funny. That's too funny. Oh my goodness. Let's check Twitch chat again. Oh, it's okay, Spittle Buggies. Yes, thank you for watching the ads. You guys are awesome for that. So, we have one more video to watch. We're going to learn about the invasion of Quebec. Well, I already know about the invasion of Quebec. Oh no, first we're going to do the update that crashed society. From Upper Echelon.
I need to clip out, right? The one key video I need to clip out to put up on YouTube. So remember, I don't have any points left, but this is a no cursing portion of the video. We have to make it YouTube friendly.
Right. Okay.
Subscribe to Upper Echelon.
I think I already am. Okay, here we go. Oh, right. Live scene. Okay, here we go with our video. Let's do this. Because I covered this yesterday in my basically layman's reaction to what was going on yesterday. So let's take a look.
All right. Today, Friday, July 19th of 2024, or last week or last month, depending on when you watch this, the largest IT outage in history took place, demonstrating just how vulnerable we all are to the whims of technology and the relatively small mistakes of a very few large corporations.
Also, how we should stop with the cloud. Because, yeah, cloud clearly doesn't work. And the fact that this was all Microsoft, it just bricked Microsoft and Windows computers.
And that's precisely where I'll start for today's purpose. The corporation responsible, which is CrowdStrike. For anyone who doesn't know, and most people probably don't know, I certainly didn't before all of this, CrowdStrike is one of the largest cybersecurity firms in the world. At one point holding a market cap of nearly $100 billion, the company holds tremendous market share in the cybersecurity space, doing everything from endpoint protection to threat intelligence and even cyber attack response. Their flagship product, called Falcon Platform, integrates very deeply with Microsoft operating systems in order to protect them, which allows the company to catch, mitigate, or prevent outright a great number of cyber attacks, vulnerabilities, and threats. Honestly, it fluctuates if we're talking about company valuation or general market cap, but CrowdStrike is one of, if not the largest, cybersecurity company in the world, with a client list composed of major retailers, banks, airlines, hotels, hospitals, and more. In essence, it serves practically
including Israel's security defenses.
Practically every single major industry.
I saw that yesterday.
It has thousands of estimated clients, depending on what platform you look at, with hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue per quarter, billions per year, and it was even ranked number 4 on Inc.com's best led companies, the list for 2021.
Well, I don't know about that now.
Suffice it to say, a cybersecurity behemoth if there ever was one. Well, size certainly does matter, but much like the biblical story of David and Goliath, something very small can bring down a giant. And that's precisely what happened on July 19th, 2024, when CrowdStrike released an update and broke half of the computers on Earth.
Yeah. Basically, if you had a Windows computer and you were running Microsoft 365 and this Falcon sensor thing, your machine was just... That's it. That was like, and this was just like literally there was and then the fix that was deployed was everybody had to go, there was like, you had to go machine to machine to machine to deploy this fix.
Obviously that's a bit of an exaggeration. They didn't serve half of the computers on Earth in a literal sense, but they have enough clients and they broke enough operating systems to dramatically impact people all over the globe
world, yeah.
in a variety of ways. Quick rundown on what happened. Keep in mind, please, I'm not an expert, but I do know the basics, and this is a rudimentary breakdown of what transpired. At precisely 12:09 a.m. Eastern Time, so right at the start of the day on Friday, CrowdStrike released an over-air software patch for their vulnerability scanner called Falcon Sensor, which is a component of the wider Falcon platform. This update, don't ask me how because I have no idea whatsoever, didn't just break its own software, which wouldn't have been all that bad, comparatively speaking. No. It also disrupted whatever Windows device it was installed on, preventing the system from even properly booting, because it sits in the computer's critical pathway. Once this update went through, the computer would get what's called a BSOD, B-S-O-D, or Blue Screen of Death error, which locked it in a cycle of never being able to properly start at all. Thereby...
Lovely! So somehow, this update for their proprietary software broke Windows systems and blue screened everything. I even had a mom friend of mine say that her entire workday yesterday she blue screened, her computer blue screened, and her office had to pure lighter her a new computer because her computer was just blue screening.
By taking enormous chunks of the world economy offline because someone at CrowdStrike didn't feel like properly testing a security update. That's bad. Like, really bad. Affecting millions, possibly billions of machines. But it gets so much worse because the nature of the problem made it such that solutions couldn't even be deployed the same way.
No.
See, if the computer can't even boot up, how can the company undo the damage that they caused?
They can't.
And since the issue is affecting everything from medical facilities to financial institutions, how would people go about fixing this?
Yeah, I was seeing reports of pharmacies in Norway having to literally just close their doors because they couldn't dispense any medications. The NHS couldn't access patient records. So anybody that had appointments yesterday basically didn't get to have their appointment. Hospitals were affected. My aunt didn't get her one of her tax credits because her bank was affected.
Thankfully, there was a way to fix it. There is a way, rather. As of the making of this video, the damage is still being actively undone, where devices could be booted up in safe mode and a particular system file deleted, which would then stop the blue screen of death cycle. But this fix was required to be carried out locally on every single different machine affected, which is a devastating blow to commercial businesses worldwide.
How do you do that? How do you take the time to go around to every single Windows machine that was affected and deploy this fix by booting up in safe mode and deleting this file path? Like, that's gonna take forever.
Hi, that's where I come in. See, there are more people that fucked up is gonna get so much business right now. But we're also gonna get slammed on Monday by the guys who found out about that how to fix it now. Like we had a bunch that were in the IT sector, and then they all disappeared. Hey, boys! Hey! Stop. Last chance. But yeah, But that's how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And we're going to make a ton of money. I need to get that account.
Are you waiting for me to be done so you can go to the store?
No, I'm trying to figure out what to do at the store. I was about to cook dinner.
Ah.
Just to put this in perspective here, data from FlightAware indicates that Friday the 19th had over 42,000 planes delayed, with 4,500 outright canceled. The real-time map they provide of on-time...
Xbox Live was having issues. Luckily, I've also got a PS5. Yeah, PS5!
Then I just got a break. An ad break.
Another one?
How long have you been going now? It hasn't been a half hour now, has it?
About that?
Wow.
I have to go to the bathroom anyway,
Okay, so say, okay, YouTube.
YouTube, we're going on break for 2 minutes. So I'm doing the be right back screen.
Yeah, we gotta get a system figured out for you to know this. We're working on it.
There we go. Okay. Where are we here? Okay, so we need to be... Next ad break should be in 1 hour, or at 2:25. Okay. That's when the next ad break should be. 2:25.
Time versus delayed travel instances is fully skewed in the negative, even now, especially in Atlanta, Denver, and Charlotte. But that's just one industry affected in a world where CrowdStrike serves pretty much everyone. One thing that jumps out at me here is that hospitals...
You guys got overtime to hell and back. Oh yeah, the Pink Hollow will be driving all over the place.
Which resulted in operating rooms being closed, non-emergency surgeries and other procedures being actively canceled, and delays in general healthcare that absolutely do have downstream consequences and may result in fatalities that otherwise would not have happened. If you want something much more immediate as an example, 911 emergency service centers went down, at least some of them, with others resorting to pen and paper or switching to alternate facilities to help ease the overload, for roughly 7 continuous hours, where many calls went completely unanswered.
That is absolutely unacceptable. Unanswered 911 calls for 7 continuous hours? That is nuts. That is just absolutely unacceptable.
That's terrifying to think about when the cause is a software patch for a vulnerability scanner in the antivirus. The thing that's supposed to protect you.
Here! Let's update our vulnerability sensor. Oh look, now a whole shit ton of things are vulnerable. Oops.
Single commercial sector was impacted by this. Finance, logistics, government, retail, and the issue is by far the largest IT screw-up in human history, with an untold dollar value of damage in its wake. But far beyond that dollar value is the wake-up call it provides, which is hopefully being heard far and wide right now by any company affected, as well as politicians and lawmakers who are responsible for proactively regulating these types of things. The reliance that we have, consolidated reliance that is, on hyper-fragile systems with zero redundancy is completely off the rails.
yeah, this was a safer version of what would happen if we experienced, say, I don't know, a really bad solar storm. Like, as bad as this was, this showed us what could happen if we encounter something like a big CME from the sun that just fries everything. Because that is a possibility. Especially as the sun gets older, because the sun is middle-aged right now, and it is going to get hotter and brighter and larger as it ages. And we are going to experience more coronal mass ejections, and at least one of them is going to hit us. So I don't understand. The fears of Uncle Ted are becoming all too real. They really are. I could probably fix it, but it won't look nice. That's funny. No, but it's true. Like, all of this technology and it sucks because as a blind person, this technology, like a lot of technology, really helps me. But at the same time, like, because I benefit from this technology, but at the same time, I can see its massive, massive flaws. And it's a double-edged sword, this technology.
A simple over-air software patch from one company can break the functionality of the world economy. And sure, thankfully, this particular problem is fixable, albeit slowly and painfully. But imagine a similar situation where the issue had no safe mode redo button. Imagine the consequences if this issue, or a similar one, where caused the computers to be bricked completely. Let's just pause for a second, collectively. Think about how close we are every single waking day to a world where we suddenly can't really pay for things.
Yep.
Because Visa is a client of CrowdStrike. Imagine if suddenly air travel control systems were just bricked, resulting in a world where we don't have commercial air travel anymore for a while. It would strand people all over the world, and it would completely redefine shipping, as well as a whole host of other problems, which are too numerous to even list right now.
Shipping, literally too numerous. It would just... Could you imagine if you couldn't pay for anything because your Visa was down, or Interact? Like, if your debit card, if the payment processor for your debit card just wasn't working, and you were standing at the grocery store, and you had no way of going and getting cash out of your bank because Interact is down.
Because the truth here is that we rely on complicated computer systems, vulnerable infrastructure, if you will, that's hyper-concentrated through a handful of companies that have unbelievable influence over our daily lives. Dependence on technology is completely expected, to be completely honest here. When you discover new things that make logistics or accounting more efficient, obviously those practices and technologies become completely widespread. But the CrowdStrike IT failure of July 19th, 2024 is a tiny little flavor taste of how easily society can quite literally collapse around us.
It's a safe flavor taste. Like I said, it's basically the safety test to show us what would happen if we got hit by, say, like a solar flare, EMP, anything like that.
It didn't actually happen, thank God, and the issues that spawn from it are mostly measured in the form of a dollar value to the tune of billions. But the disaster underscores a legitimate, very real, very active threat that our lackadaisical attitude towards system resilience is a pathway of destruction. One more very obvious way to explain this would be trucking. Domestic shipments are almost all delivered by truck.
Yep.
International shipments, imports that is, are delivered by truck as well. They just route to and from major ports after they get delivered by ship, like the Port of Los Angeles, which is the country's largest port as well. But when I say that CrowdStrike was just a taste, I very much mean it. According to the US Department of Transportation, over 70% of all of our food and fuel is delivered by truck. But trucks are typically governed by dispatching, logistics, and communication software from a company called Qualcomm. Yeah.
Okay.
Qualcomm is a client of CrowdStrike.
Oh, good. So if their software had been affected, then that would have meant that all trucking would have been affected.
Quote from their website, "We're constantly collaborating with major brands to enhance all parts of the Windows on Snapdragon ecosystem. At MWC 2022, we announced the expansion of our Snapdragon compute ecosystem for next-generation enterprise-grade PCs. This includes collaborating with the top 100 Windows ISVs to optimize their applications, including Zoom and CrowdStrike." End quote. Well, if you go on over to the r/truckers subreddit, which is anecdotal, I know, but it's also pretty specific. There's a lot of examples, and it's not something I see a lot of motivation to lie about here. If you go browse that subreddit, there are multiple examples of truckers saying things like, "Yeah, I'm at a place that says they can't load/unload trucks until they fix the problem."
Oh,
particularly
lovely.
Talking about CrowdStrike and this recent IT outage. Of course, trucks physically can be unloaded during an outage of Qualcomm, but the sheer volume of product that ships domestically through trucking services cannot be logged, handled, or continued if computer software goes offline for more than a very, very short time frame.
Yeah, how are you going to inventory what you take off and put on the trucks if your software is down? How are you going to record the SKU numbers and even put on the SKU numbers if your system is down? Like, how are you going to do any of that?
This with a chilling example of just how integrated a product like CrowdStrike Falcon really is, and just how terrifying it can be if computer systems go offline. I don't know if people got the message there, so I'll just say it outright. If trucking...
Oh, what was that? Bling! Let's go see. Let's go see what the bling was. Do do do. $10 bits from Driving Ape. Thank you for the bits. Where is the stupid back to... Never mind. Over here.
Infrastructure went down completely. Within 24 hours, shipping would completely cease. Within 2 to 3 days, that's 48 to 72 hours, food shortages would become a very serious issue, as would fuel.
That's
and
not very
within
long.
one calendar month, right, 30-ish days, the country would collapse as a result of clean water, food, fuel, and medical supplies being inaccessible to pretty much everyone. Efforts would obviously be undertaken to stave off these catastrophes. It's a very, very extreme example, to be sure. But when millions of computers get temporarily bricked because one cybersecurity company pushed out a simple automatic software update affecting these very same industries and bringing them to a short-lived halt,
there should be no way that that's even possible. I don't understand how that's possible.
What?
How CrowdStrike's update could even affect Windows like that.
Because, well, if it's in the vulnerabilities, then they would have had to modify Defender, which is the internal security system for Windows. That's kind of the only thing. And then if you add in the nightmare that is 365, I can see it. I'm sure Spittle can see it. I'm sure anybody that's worked in IT right now is cringing in pain. They're just going. See, I said to Cog in chat, like, this is more than likely they were coding, and they put a colon instead of a semicolon. That's kind of the thing.
Really?
Yeah, if your code, one bad line of code can fuck the whole world, literally.
So I wonder who's gonna get fired.
Nobody. It's
really?
the thing. That's the unfortunate. That's the thing about it is it's really, if everything looks good before launch, you have to launch and cross your fingers.
There's no way to test it.
If it passes the test on one box, sure. But who knows what happened? Could have been the data. Who knows? Like, There are so many. The data could have got corrupted on its way out.
Right.
There's so much.
Okay.
There's so many theories that it could be. The one thing that that is stupidly being passed, Alex Jones. It's a conspiracy. They're trying to take us off the grid, put us on the end of the world. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
So, it's Alex Jones.
Of course.
It's not that good. It's not a good Alex Jones. I gotta fix that.
Right? Just as a demonstration. Well, let's just say I hope this drives a lot of companies to reevaluate their hyper-reliance on complex computer systems in this way, where the antivirus can shut down the entire operation with a single patch.
Yeah,
regardless,
that's
July
gotta
19th,
be, that's gotta get
2024
fixed.
was the single largest IT failure the world has ever seen, and thankfully the negative ramifications are relatively minor compared to what they could have been, while also being incredibly major with damage amounting to billions of dollars, and honestly, hopefully it teaches all of us a much needed lesson. That's it. If you want to support the channel, check out the links down below. Patreon and Locals, monthly memberships, much appreciated. Also a special VPN discount, which is funny that I'm advertising this.
Yeah, no shit. That is kind of ironic. But yeah, this is that was just huge. And look at that. Ad starts in 2 minutes. And let's see where we are at the stream timer. Oh, almost there. Almost at 2 hours, 25 minutes. That's not bad. So, oh, yeah, that outage. Like, I remember just scrolling my news feed yesterday, and I could just see all over the place. IT outage. And honestly, the one thing I could say when I was reading all this, I'm like, thank God I have a Mac and I don't run Microsoft 365. That's all I could think, because, like, oh, man. I left town on Friday when my clients were all just getting back online. I got a call while I was sitting back relaxing, and that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, tomorrow or Monday's gonna be interesting. Monday is really gonna be interesting. The biggest IT problem in history was caused by Norton. It was Norton in the 90s. Every machine with the software had to be reinstalled. Oh God. That's nuts. Ugh. So yeah, before the meds that they've put me on for my hip are indomethacin. I don't know if anybody knows anything about indomethacin. It's an NSAID apparently. It's like Advil or Aleve, but it's stronger, I guess. And it's taken my pain from like a constant, like, cause my pain is usually about a 5 or 6 on a good day all the time. And I'm at about a 3 right now. But I can definitely tell when it wears off, because then the pain starts back up. Like right now I can actually move and stretch and, and I can raise my leg like this without going, ow! Because usually when I would lift that leg, it would hurt right here. Because I've apparently been diagnosed with chronic sacral ilial pain. So that's what I've been diagnosed with. The 90s were such a fun time to learn computers. I wish I knew more about computers, but like I can operate a computer, I can get around a computer, I can make myself semi-useful on a computer, but I do not understand computers. Like, I can't be like, aha, I know what's wrong with this computer. That is not something I am capable of doing. Okay. I am going to grab myself a coffee. I will be right back because we're in the middle of an ad break. Look at that. I'm getting better at this already. Ha ha ha. Okay. Now we're going to do the invasion of Quebec. But first, hold on. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get to the bottom of Twitch chat first, because it took me to the top again. Alrighty. So, once we do the invasion of Quebec, come on. Holy shnikes. Cat, go to the bottom. Go faster. Sorry about this, guys. I just want to make sure I don't miss any new messages.
What, did Twitch chat jump to the top?
Yeah.
It's doing that on my phone, too. You're at the bottom. Almost. Here, hold on, stop. Let's see if I can help you here.
Thank you.
There you go, you're at the bottom.
Thank you.
I just typed weird. I think the Samsung AI is doing bullshit to my phone because it just changed that. I was trying to explain to Spittle that. I was laughing because I was thinking, I really can say I have been a PC user longer than you have been alive. Because Dad bought the first IBM.
Yeah.
And I was using it. Playing Hugo's Adventure and shit on it. But yeah, but it changed it to our first IBM. And I'm like, no, that's not what I wrote. But, where was I? Oh, you are doing what now?
The invasion of Quebec.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to do the what happens when you don't smell natural gas with that one later?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Because you just don't want the nightmare fuel, do you?
No.
You sure?
Very.
Because we just installed new equipment, right? Okay, go ahead. Have fun!
Okay. Ugh, I'm not at the bottom. What are you talking about? You didn't move the cursor anywhere. There we go. Finally. Okay. we're gonna learn about the invasion of Quebec. Invasion of Quebec. Here we go. This is probably going to make me laugh. Okay, here we are.
May 10th, 1775. Fort Ticonderoga, New York. The Star Fort has a commanding presence over Lake Champlain. Its sloped walls have been engineered to deflect cannonballs and allow infantry to fire down at any attackers. 17 years before, its garrison had sallied out and repelled an army 16,000 strong. But tonight, there are only 48 British soldiers and 1 sentry on guard duty when the rebels storm in.
Ruh-roh! That doesn't sound good.
The sentry sees the attack coming and levels his musket at an approaching officer, but the gun misfires and the man slaps him down with the flat of his sword.
Damn!
Storming the fort tonight feels less like a military operation and more like breaking and entering. Rebels rouse sleeping soldiers at gunpoint, and the commanding officer has to put on his pants before he can surrender.
I'm sorry, that's just funny. Excuse me, sir, but before I surrender to you, I must put on my pantaloons.
Then, when asked by what authority they've entered, the second officer says, "In the name of the Great Jehovah and the Continental Congress."
The Great Jehovah? Well, why wasn't he stoned right away? You're not supposed to say Jehovah.
These colonial militia have just taken the most significant fort between New York and the colony of Quebec, and soon it will serve as the staging point to invade Canada, one partially led by the same officer who attacked that sentry with his sword, the one and only Benedict Arnold.
What a traitor.
Thank you so much to Factor for helping to keep us extra historians well-fed fast. In 1775, before the Declaration of Independence, before the founding of the Continental Army, and even before the Continental Congress fully decided on rebellion, America invaded Canada. And it was an operation that was American through and through.
Yes, they did invade Canada, and that is what got the the British, the French, and the Iroquois working together for a little bit, and the Cree, because they were all like, we don't want these fucking Americans up in our shit. Quick, let's all band together and get them out. And that's what happened in the War of 1812, too.
Filled with its characteristic optimism, entrepreneurial nature, and clashing individualism. It was also the country's first military disaster. Yet, It almost worked. It came close enough that if things had played out a little differently, Quebec might have become the 14th colony. It also serves as the origin story to early America's most infamous figure, Benedict Arnold, a man who would be among the colony's greatest heroes and its greatest traitor. But this tale begins far earlier than the storming of Fort Ticonderoga. In fact, its roots lay in the 7 Years' War. Actually, a lot of the American
Or the Battle of the Plains of Abraham.
Revolution has its roots in the 7 Years' War, though in America it goes by its street name, the French and Indian War. Everything from new taxes leveled on the colonies, to the military backgrounds of many British and continental officers.
And we all, just so you guys know, in Canada, children learn about the 7 Years' War in like grade 6. We start learning about this shit in like grade 6, 7, all the way up until grade 8, 9, and then we start learning about, like, even in Canadian history, we have units on American history. Because the way our history is taught is that it's taught that we did things in response to what you guys did. The reason, for example, that Ottawa is our capital is because we didn't want you guys invading any of our port cities if they were capitals and taking over. So we're gonna put it all the way over here in a valley.
To the military alliances with indigenous tribes have some connection to that earlier conflict. But one of the larger legacies of the 7 Years' War was that Britain had wrested New France away from the French Empire, renaming it the province of Quebec. Yet, despite falling under British control, in 1775, the population remained very much French, making it an attractive target for the rebels.
Yeah, they thought that they could kind of use that weak point because they knew that the population was still very, very angry with what had happened. So they figured that they could sway and get that colony.
Who thought the Canadians might join the revolution.
Yeah.
Oh, and just a quick terminology note. Though the official name of the province was Quebec, we're also going to be using the name Canada in this series for a couple of reasons. First, because it gives us a shorthand between the city of Quebec and the province as a whole. And second, because the name Canada was already an informal name at the time, and that's the term that most American revolutionaries used. Anyway, as soon as the American Revolution began, a few of the more aggressive rebels immediately started looking northward to Quebec. Because you see, when the bullets started flying at Lexington and Concord, signaling the start of America's rebellion, the result wasn't a battle, but a siege. British troops retreated to Boston, where the militias penned them in, cutting off their land access so they could only be resupplied by sea past an American blockade. But those militias were not military units. The Continental Army didn't exist yet, and as such, these groups were just competing colonial militias acting under the orders of colonial committees or without orders entirely.
Well, that doesn't sound like it would be very successful. So it wasn't. Oh God. That's funny. So it wasn't lupus. Oh, what, my hip? No. So this is interesting. This is a very interesting look at the Americans' viewpoint of what happened. We are the original village people. That's hilarious. Masturbator and Commander. Oh, God damn it. Now I have YMCA in my head. Just because you said we are the original village people. Now I've... Young man. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Young man. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Young man. La 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 la. Why can't I remember any of the lyrics? Ugh, that's frustrating. Anyway, let's go back over here to the video.
And that's what Benedict Arnold was doing when he headed up to Canada. A merchant who had sailing experience and knew the Canadian border from trading there, he rushed northward with the rank of colonel, bestowed by a Connecticut militia, and orders from the Massachusetts Committee of Safety to gather men for a specific mission. His objective: seize the lightly defended Fort Ticonderoga and capture its guns so they could be sent south to the Siege of Boston, where the colonial troops were long on patriot zeal, but short of artillery. However, it was a debacle. But sort of a wildly successful debacle? See, when Arnold started raising troops, he also heard that an expedition was already on the way to Ticonderoga. Not wanting to miss the glory, he then rushed ahead to take command, only to find out the unit was not so keen on that idea. For these were the Green Mountain Boys, under Ethan Allen, and, well, they're kind of a whole thing.
So, this is really amusing to me because I feel like even though this was obviously a big mess and it didn't work, they're still coping by going, but it was almost really successful, guys. It's like, dude, no, you guys failed. You failed in 1775. You failed in 1812. Sorry, guys. But you failed. You can't have Canada.
The Green Mountain Boys hailed from the New Hampshire Grants, a no-man's land of competing land claims between the colonies of New York and New Hampshire. And Allen had founded the Boys 5 years earlier, not to fight the British, but rather to intimidate and expel New Yorkers attempting to enforce land claims. But now they were
basically 1700s land mafia.
Working for the revolutionary cause. But within 2 years, their region would actually declare itself the Vermont Republic, an independent nation that only joined the United States in 1791. So basically, it's important to remember that these rebels aren't Americans yet, and really wouldn't be for some time. many primarily identified with their colony or local grievances rather than a unified patriot cause. As a result, the Green Mountain Boys, wary of outsiders, refused to take orders from Arnold. But not to worry, Allen told him, he could still tag along until his own men caught up.
Don't worry. Don't worry, lost man. You can hang out with us until your other people come. It's all right. That's funny.
Was the start of a bitter rivalry, and one where Arnold would prove himself the better commander. While the boys spent days getting drunk off Fort Ticonderoga's rum, it was Arnold who cataloged and salvaged the cannons. Then, when Arnold's unit arrived with a captured British sloop, he sailed up Lake Champlain to seize another lightly defended fort. Allen and his boys, trying to race him there to get the glory, fell behind in their paddle-driven boats.
This is literally a dick measuring contest between these two guys to see who can capture these forts.
And when Arnold warned Allen about making a move on yet another fort, since a British force was in the area, Allen ignored him and blundered into a British attack. Despite this infighting, the campaign was a huge success. They had seized the waterways leading south from Montreal, not only cutting off the communication between British forces in Canada and those in Boston, but ensuring rebel colonies could not be attacked from the north, and of course they secured the cannons to drive the British from Boston. The fact was, as disorganized and under-resourced as the rebels were, the British in Canada were even more so.
I love how this is being portrayed. Like, yeah, we fucked up, but they were even worse. They were even more disorganized. You didn't succeed in taking Quebec, though, so clearly not. Clearly you weren't successful.
Most of the territory's troops were penned up in Boston, and the colonials had moved fast enough to catch the small garrisons unprepared. But both Arnold and Allen saw the potential for more, and both began writing to Congress, wrangling for credit, and urging a full-scale invasion of Canada. Yet, for Arnold, the accolades and recognition seemed slow coming in. First, Congress sent orders to abandon Ticonderoga, which he refused. Then, when a Connecticut colonel showed up with papers saying he was now Arnold's commander, he refused to recognize him.
I'm colonel now. Nuh-uh! I was here first! Finders keepers!
Finally, he resigned his commission and went south to find General Washington and push through his plans to command an expedition to Quebec. But instead, he was hauled in front of a committee that grilled him over a request he'd made for Congress to reimburse him. You see, during the Northern mission, he'd spent 1,000 pounds of his own money feeding the troops, expecting it would be repaid, only to have that request denied because he hadn't kept receipts.
I'll be reimbursed. I'm not gonna keep any proof of what I spent, though. I'll just tell them and hope they'll just believe me.
In the end, they only paid a portion. This was both humiliating and depressing for Arnold, not the least because he'd learned upon returning that his beloved wife had died while he was away and that he'd been passed over for the command of the Quebec expedition. Instead, the rich but relatively inexperienced General Philip Schuyler, father of Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy, the Schuyler sisters. Sorry, anyway, that guy got command. So did Arnold get second in command then? Nope. That went to Major General Richard Montgomery. Schuyler's group would attack up the St. Lawrence River
and that's when General Montgomery comes in.
And take St. John's, Montreal, and then the port of Quebec.
Yep.
Yet Benedict Arnold had one card left to play, because the new commander of the Continental Army, George Washington, appeared the only one impressed with his exploits. Washington liked Arnold. Unlike the cautious Schuyler, Arnold was aggressive, decisive, and knew the area. It seemed Washington detected Arnold's ambition, though not his simmering anger.
Yeah, because, well, we all know about George Washington and him not being, that was the guy who couldn't tell a lie, right? I am right about that, right?
The two developed a plan. While the main force would go up the St. Lawrence, Arnold would recruit a force of 1,000 frontiersmen and approach Quebec City from a more difficult route, across the harsh, uncharted, and unsettled wilds of Maine. And it would be treacherous, a feat of endurance and bravery that would forever prove Arnold's ability as a leader of men, one that would surely give him the acclaim, recognition, and promotion he so richly desired.
Of course. Because that's what the only thing Benedict Arnold cared about was his going up the chain of command.
So commission in hand as a colonel in the Continental Army, Arnold set out to build his team of Rangers that would do the unthinkable. Little did he know, he was recruiting them for a death march.
Yep.
Seriously, the story we're going to cover about this expedition next episode is just unbelievable. Harsh environments, insufficient gear, faulty river boats, saboteurs around every turn, and worst of all, not a Factor meal in sight.
Huh.
What? You're telling me the Rangers wouldn't have liked a box of Factor in a microwave? Come on. Factor, of course, is my favorite ready-to-eat meal delivery service that I've been using for 2 years now. Dang, time must fly when you're eating good. Their meals are ready in just 2 minutes with no prep, no mess, and no cleanup. Just great food ready when I have time to eat it. Each week, I get to review Factor's rotating menu of 35 different seasonal meals and pick what's suiting my fancy. And they have so many to choose from, I can sizzle. Top 3 favorite Factor meals of all time, early and go play ball with how good all of Factor match my expectations. Extra History 50. And you'll get 50 a lot of food. So get fast and flavorful. A legendary thanks to Kuyakoi Joe.
So that's the end of that episode. So that's the invasion of Quebec. Ah! Hello.
Before you end.
Okay.
Open the thing I just DM'd you.
Okay.
I'm not joking. I'm not angry. I'm in shock. I actually can't believe that shit. I can't believe what I just saw. Yeah, open that. The Twitch link. The Twitter link. Listen.
The quiet.
Listen.
Destiny's son got banned from Twitch because he implied he wants his dad
He
dead.
didn't imply. Well, I'm gonna kill voiceover because it's annoying me. Okay. There. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Can you hear it in your ears?
No, I don't have my earbuds in.
Turn it up all the way. Okay, so he pulls out his, looks like a gun. Either real gun or not, I don't care.
Destiny is so cooked.
That just popped up.
What does he? I didn't hear because of the loud noise.
Sorry. Okay, so he's loading.
Destiny is so cooked.
Destiny, you're so cooked.
Yeah, and he's got a stupid airsoft gun, but it's interesting. So apparently he got banned for this, according to this person.
And that's his kid?
Yeah, it's a 13-year-old.
Do we know that that's his kid?
Yeah, everyone knows that he was live on stream doing it. But yeah.
Interesting.
So who knows what that is, if he's playing or not? But that apparently. So who knows what that is? But that's the breaking new drama regarding Destiny that's going to be popping up on everybody's feed, real or not. That's what we're going to see. That's going to be coming up.
Yeah.
So whether or not it's real, whether or not it's legit, that's what you just saw. That's what you just heard.
That's nuts.
I didn't watch the video before I came in, so I didn't know. I had to double check it. But yeah, that's what I saw. So interesting. UO side raises and stretch.
Oh.
So do side raise, stretch, side raise. That will help you not be insane.
Yeah. Oh, I need the kettlebells then.
Where are they?
I don't know. Ask the little one.
There.
Should I?
It's still going.
Oh, can you close it? Should I do gaming too, or should I just end that?
It's up to you. You've been going for almost 3 hours. We gotta go get food and stuff set up.
I think I'll end.
It looks like you're out of focus on that.
I think we'll end here, and then I'll do gaming tonight.
Okay. See something. The stomach show on the camera.
5.
That's paint.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, you take care of that.
10, and then stretch, right?
Yeah, and then do your next ones.
Oh, so yeah, guys. That was the last multi-stream. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Please, if you are watching this on the replay, I will add the description or the link for the Twitch link in the description of the stream. Please go give it a follow, and make sure your notifications are on so that you can see when I go live and that you can come and watch. 1, because I do plan on being live every day on Twitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, woo! 6, my arms are burning. 7, 8, 9, 10. Holy shit, that was... No, too late.
You should hold 10. You should hold the 10th one for a count to 10.
Ugh. All right. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. Thank you very much for understanding about how the new content's gonna go. I will see you guys tonight for some gaming. We're gonna be having some awesome fun. I will see you guys then. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you tonight. Thank you. See you on Twitch.